Hello everyone, I'm Salad, and today we've got something a little bit different. We're going to be reading Danganronpa 0. Now, you might notice from my voice, I sound a little bit sick. That's because I'm still getting over my bout with COVID. So I was sick with COVID for a little while. I'm fine now, but I do sound a little bit weird, so hopefully that doesn't bother anybody. Now, I was recommended to read Danganronpa 0 before continuing on with some of the events in Danganronpa 2. Hopefully there are no spoilers in this, or at least hopefully the things that are revealed in this add to my enjoyment of Danganronpa 2 and don't take away from that. I don't think there'll be any problems with that. It seems like this is probably something that's maybe a prequel to the events of Danganronpa 2. So maybe we'll get a bit more information here that we didn't have before. I don't know why specifically it's important to read this before continuing on with certain events in Danganronpa 2. But I guess we're going to find out. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm not going to read all of this aloud like a storybook or anything like that. That would take forever. This is probably going to be a long video as it is, considering how long this novel is. So the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to stop from time to time to give my thoughts, to summarize what's going on, and how often that will be, well, we'll just find out. So I'm going to start reading this, and I'll stop in a bit, let you guys know what's going on, let you guys know my thoughts. So I will see you guys then. Okay, so I just finished chapter 1, and it was Junko Enoshima dying. And as she lay dying, apparently she was still partially alive. I don't know how that works out. She was squashed at the end of the events of Danganronpa 1. But regardless, she was sitting there tap dancing, happy as she imagined some person. And how about and how she wanted to have even more despair. I don't know what to make of any of that, but let's continue on. Alright, so what's happening is Jin Kirigiri, we finally know Kyoko's father's name, is hosting a meeting with a bunch of the elder faculty about what to do about a certain incident. Now, the incident is either the outbreak of the ultimate despair, or it's the murder of the students that happened in one of the higher floors of Hope's Peak Academy that we saw in the events of Danganronpa 1. The murders that took place there. Not sure what exactly, but they're talking about the parade out there would not be taking place right now. So this, and they're also saying a problem that exists in an entirely different dimension. I don't know what that means. Does that mean that the ultimate despair comes from a different dimension literally? Or are they talking about how the outbreak of the ultimate despair is an ideological thing and how that's a different dimension of a problem that they haven't dealt with before? Alright, so we finally have a name for, or we finally got characters. And we finally got a name for one of our characters. So this guy right here, he's the ultimate neurologist, Yasuke Matsuda. And there seems to be this running gag between him and this lady who seems to be our current protagonist. He keeps calling her ugly. And what he thinks is ugly about her is not anything about her external appearance, but her heart is ugly. I don't know what that means, but that's all we've got to go on right now. Alright, so we've got a name for our main character, Ryoko Otanashi. And apparently there's something important about her remembering the events that are happening. Also, she seems to be kind of dumb. Also, at the end here, talks about Yasuke's scent. Kind of reminiscent to what happened in Danganronpa 1 with Makoto. I guess the people who make the Danganronpa series really care about the scent of people for some reason. Anyways, continuing on. Now we've learned that Ryoko has memory loss because there's actually something that's physically wrong with her brain. She doesn't have episodic memory, or she forgets events that happen. She still knows how to do things, how to perform actions, but a lot of the events in her life she just forgets. And this Yasuke, ultimate neurologist person, is researching her. So there's some interesting information in these passages. Yasuke is talking about about saving memories into hard drives and things like that, and in manipulating memories. in Danganronpa 1, we had memories that were selectively deleted from people's minds. And in the events of Danganronpa 2, I would speculate that that some people were put into a simulation type thing. Put into, in other words, their memories were inserted into a hard drive, maybe. Their memories were transferred somehow into some kind of alternate dimension, or some sort of simulation, some sort of video game. Not really sure what's going on yet, but I have a feeling that Yasuke is somehow related to all of that. So maybe this is why I should be listening to all this. But Yasuke also says some very suspicious things about how he won't let this treatment end right here. I don't know what that means. Is he purposefully keeping this woman in a state where she can't remember everything? I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. Okay, so somebody at least said or put a note, give a note to this Ryoko girl saying that they took some of her notebooks or whatever about her time with Yasuke and is trying to get them to go somewhere, probably to ambush her. I don't know what that's all about. But one thing I wanted to mention before we go any further is that Yasuke did previously mention, or what I'm trying to say is we don't know what Ryoko's ultimate is, but Yasuke said that it was annoying when she would use her ability on him. So is it some kind of psychic ability? I don't know what that means. Or is she good at a specific thing that's annoying for her to be good at to Yasuke, or Yasuke finds it annoying that she's so good at it? I don't know what that would be, but we still haven't been clued in on what her ultimate is, so I have a feeling it's gonna be relevant at some point. But let's see how this this ambush or this whatever this is goes. Okay, so this is weird. When Ryoko was going to meet whoever stole her notebook, she found somebody with a notebook that said Ryoko Otonashi's memory notebook, but they were hanging from a rope and they were dead. So that doesn't make any sense. I don't know why that's happening. And now she can't find Yasuke. A lot of stuff is going on. Ryuko is looking for Yasuke, but ran into this Yuto kid who enjoys eating like melon bread or whatever, and is having this long conversation with her for I don't know what reason. I don't know what relevance this kid is going to have. But if she keeps going on like this, she's going to forget what she even saw. The fact that she witnessed somebody getting hanged. So, as expected, she's forgetting that she even witnessed a dead body. But the fact that her notebook was there, which is strange because she already has her own notebook. This is a fake notebook that's next to the dead body. She's going back to get it now. And she can't find Yasuke because he's in the lab, which is apparently off limits now. So Ryuko just ran into some really crazy person near the dead body who stuck her fingers into her mouth and tried to rip out her tongue, or at least threatened to. I don't know what that was about. Really strange. I guess I shouldn't be surprised that anything in the Danganronpa series is strange. But they were obsessed with, from their words talking about like chest sizes, it seems like this person has a small chest. I don't know if that's going to matter at all, but that's some clue as to their identity. They introduced themselves with a name here, Laputa Tenkujo, but I'm pretty sure it's a fake name since they're saying it's a joke. Just kidding. Must be some sort of reference that I don't get. Probably some Japanese thing. Regardless, strange person. Probably the person who did the killing. Okay, and there's their name. Junko Enoshima. Okay, so Junko was already out here murdering people, doing all sorts of weird stuff. That's not too surprising. So finally, we've ran into a character who we actually know. other than the headmaster, of course. So Junko was the one who stole Ryoko's memories, or put her into this situation where she has memory loss, and now she wants Ryoko to get involved in whatever this murder thing is that's happening here. She admitted that she killed this person. I don't know why. I guess just because she does. That's just how she is. Now this person called Ishiki confronted Junko, and just now confronting Ryoko as well, because he thinks that, or they think that Ryoko is connected to Junko. I don't know where the body went, by the way. We still don't know where the body went that Junko, of the person that Junko killed just now. Somebody must have taken that away. I don't, but now, and who's this Ishiki person? Why are they confronting Junko? Do they know that, they suspect that she's connected to the tragedy, but who is this person? I don't know what is going on here. And now Junko wants Ryoko to fight for her? That's weird. Okay, I don't know how that's gonna work. So this Madara guy is still attacking Ryoko because they still think that Ryoko is connected to the incident, and she very well might be. But Ryoko looked at the first page in her notebook and figured out what her ultimate ability is, what her talent is. The novel still hasn't told us, but she figured it out. Kind of annoying that we still don't know, but again, it must be important. And now she's just running away. Also, Junko just disappeared. I don't know what that was about. So, to summarize, Junko met Ryoko by sending her a letter and also killed a person. And then Junko fought Madarai or Ishiki or whatever his name is. Then just suddenly disappeared for no reason. And then Ryoko was going to fight him, but now it's just running. So that's what's going on so far. Alright, now that I'm at chapter 6, I'm going to pause here just for today. I've only got through 69 pages out of 290. So I'm going to come back to this tomorrow and continue reading a bit more. And we're back. Still a long way to go reading all of this. I don't know if maybe I have to split this into multiple videos. This is gonna take a while, but we're gonna keep going. We're gonna keep reading this. See what happens to Ryoko, see what happens to all these other people. So now we have some information on what Ryoko's ability actually is. Madarai seems to believe that it's precognition, that she can see the future and see what's going to happen. She was using this to dodge his attacks, dodge his grabs, all that kind of thing. So it seems like she, now that she's remembered her ability, she can suddenly use it again. Not sure how that works. Okay, well now they're saying that no such thing exists. They're just predictions. Okay, so she's the ultimate analyst. Alright, so that's a very general ultimate. Seems kind of overpowered to just be called the ultimate analyst. Like, is there going to be somebody else next who's the ultimate everything? Who's just the best at all things? I mean, Junko Enoshima kind of thinks of herself that way. So I'm not sure who this is, if this is Ryoko or Junko Enoshima, but Madarai runs into somebody in some kind of shed, and they threaten to, they throw a bunch of flour on him or dust or whatever, and threaten to blow him up, but they end up trapping him in, like, collapsing a bunch of shelves on him. Is that something that Ryoko would do? Threaten to, would she actually, like, I don't know if Ryoko is as the protagonist, if they are the good guy here, if there even is such a thing. So I don't know if they would actually, if this person didn't fall for the trap, burn them alive or something like that. I don't think that they would, but that's what they were threatening to do. Then again, the ultimate analyst, I guess they predicted that they would fall for the trap anyways and end up having shelves fall on them. But like I said, I don't know if this is actually Ryoko or Junko Enoshima here, but I'm assuming it's Ryoko for now. Okay, so it was Ryoko. because it's speaking in first person here. Okay, and she knew that it wouldn't explode anyway, so she was just bluffing to begin with. It was cement powder, which is, I guess, non-flammable. So it seems like Ryoko's ultimate analyst ability is not omnipotent. She did get, Madurai did not get as damaged as she thought, ended up choking her out, about to break all of her bones. But it seems like she was saved by Junko and Oshima, who says that she's the protagonist for now and can't die yet. Still don't know what Junko's actual plan is here, but I'm guessing it's all just a setup for the events of Danganronpa 1. So, no surprise, Mukuro is also helping out Junko with some of these murders, or some of the tasks related to them. Seems like Junko wants her to take care of the dead body and clean up in the shed. Really confusing that the people of Hope's Peak Academy don't get the police involved here. This seems like a pretty big deal. I know they seem to want to just protect the reputation. Is that really more important than the lives of everybody here? Doesn't seem, for whatever reason that they might be holding back the truth and not wanting to get other people involved in this, it really doesn't seem to be worth it. But I'm sure maybe they have their reasons. I guess we'll see. Now Ryoko is woken up on Yasuke's bed, apparently, covered in dirt. And they're just having conversation as they normally do, with Yasuke being very rude to Ryoko for some reason. I guess that's just their banter. And they're just speaking about the past, not addressing the murder just yet. Weird. So Yasuke is they're talking about the events that happened to Ryoko. She found her notebook and started reading about it. Yasuke is trying to make her believe that those memories were fake, though. He's gaslighting her. Not really great. I don't know why he's doing this. It seems like maybe he knows more about Junko and Oshima and wants to try to protect her, to make her not look into this matter any further. Wants to protect Ryoko, I mean, by making her not look into this matter any further. But I don't know why. I don't know why Yasuke is... I don't know what he's trying to achieve here either. Like I said, I'm guessing he just wants to protect Ryoko. But is he going to do anything about what Junko and Oshima is doing right now? I don't know. So Yasuke went to go and interrogate that student that he was tasked to talk to before. Maybe that student is Junko and Oshima, I don't know. But now Yuto has come back, the kid that Ryoko met outside of where she was looking for Yasuke. And apparently Yuto is the ultimate spy. Okay. Alright, so Yuto, the ultimate spy, was investigating the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. And now he wants to help Ryoko investigate this other murder as well. The dead body that was found and everything that happened to her. But for remuneration, he wants sexual favors. Typical Danganronpa fashion, every character has some weird quirks that are not always great. But now Yasuke has come back, which is interesting. I didn't expect him to return so soon. So this is great. We've got Kyoko coming back in here in Chapter 12. I'm happy about that. Kyoko is my favorite character from the first game. And it's nice to just see a character who we recognize in this story. Other than the Hope's Peak headmaster, I don't think he really counts, though. So it's great to have Kyoko here. But it seems like she was waiting for somebody from the Hope's Peak Academy steering committee to go tell them some important information. But now they just suddenly got smashed by a desk that fell from the sky. Like a cartoon, and just got squashed. So I assume that's going to be Junko's doing somehow. So now another body has just miraculously disappeared. I assume that would be Mukuro's doing, if maybe Junko was the one who's been throwing this stuff from the roof. Great aim, by the way. I don't know how you would possibly toss a desk with such accuracy at a moving person below, but alright, whatever. And then apparently that was enough to kill him as well. So that must have been a really heavy desk. How strong exactly is Junko? But I assume that Mukuro would be the one that would be taking care of the bodies and making them disappear like this. So this is weird. Junko is here torturing some people. So maybe some of the people she fought didn't actually die. But she seems confused that the body disappeared. The one that she smashed with the desk. So is that not Mukuro getting rid of these bodies? Who's making these bodies disappear? Is it Yasuke somehow? Like, what's actually happening here? Because it doesn't seem to be part of Junko's plans at all. So that's really confusing. So this is odd. Kyoko's been talking to the headmaster here and letting him know what's been going on. But they say here it was Izuru Kamakura, wasn't it? That's what Kyoko asks the headmaster, or who was behind the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy, all those murders. Who is Izuru Kamakura? I've never been introduced to a character by that name before, and obviously I'm under the impression that Junko and Oshima is behind everything. But Jin Kirigiri seems to agree with that, it seems to agree with that point that Izuru was the one that was behind all of it. So that's a bit weird. I don't know if that's true or not. Maybe they think that, but it's not actually true. Or maybe it is true, but they're another part of the ultimate despair. But it's also weird that Jin Kirigiri, the headmaster, doesn't want to give up too much information about this person, the Kyoko. I don't know why. It seems like both the rest of the committee or the rest of the whatever they're called, and even the headmaster seem to be protecting this person somehow, or concealing their identity for some reason. They didn't even want to tell. He didn't even want to tell her if it's a man or a woman. He didn't want to say anything. So this is very odd, weird. So what they seem to be arguing here is that the reason why the steering committee is being killed off, why they're being targeted, why they're having desks and stuff smashed on top of them, is because they are sheltering the culprit of the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy, who is this other person. What was their name again? Izuru or something? I don't remember. But they're sheltering this person, and Junko is killing them because they're sheltering this person? Because they're hiding the truth? Is that what they're trying to get at here? Maybe it's because both Junko and this other person are part of the ultimate despair, and they were trying to sow the seeds of despair, trying to increase the ferocity of this parade outside. And since the people of Hope's Peak Academy are trying to prevent this incident from leaking out, that's getting in the way of their plans of sowing the seeds of despair, of spreading despair to everybody, and they don't like that? That might be it. Oh, what? They're dropping out? Ryoko and Yasuke decided to just leave? That's not what I would have expected. Or is this a dream? Okay, never mind, it was a dream. And also now Junko is here, coming back, introducing herself as the ultimate fashionista instead of the ultimate despair now. Taking advantage of the fact that she forgets everything. Ryoko does. Oh wow, okay. Ryoko actually remembers her. That's surprising. So we have Junko here implying again that Ryoko has more to do with the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy than Ryoko currently realizes, which fits with the way that Yasuke is treating her, saying that she had a cruel heart or something like that, or something. He said something along those lines. So Junko is saying that she made some kind of decision as well that ended up hurting and tormenting people. So what kind of decision did Ryoko make? She's the ultimate analyst. So whatever decision she made, it must have been the best, worst option at the time, I would imagine. But maybe it still wasn't that great. the way things turned out, or maybe these things didn't turn out the way the ultimate analyst analyzed them to. So Junko just told us about her goals right now, which is very odd. She said that one of them is to kill Yasuke. I don't know why she wants to kill Yasuke specifically, but whatever. Ultimate despair, it makes sense. But her first goal is to crush down on the school's symbol of hope, Izuru Kamakura. He's a symbol of hope? So then he's not the person who ended up killing people in the tragedy of Hope's Peak Academy. Or maybe those people aren't actually dead yet. Or maybe he brought them away. Because we still don't have confirmation. Apparently nobody has confirmation that the tragedy even happened. So that's weird. So Izuru, according to Junko, is a symbol of hope. Odd. I guess we're gonna have to figure out more about him. That just raises more questions. Okay, so Ryoko just decides to start running when she hears that Yasuke is gonna be killed. But shouldn't she actually just attack Junko and Enoshima, because she's the one that wants Yasuke dead? And Junko isn't going anywhere. She's just silently sitting there. Oh no, she did leave. Okay, so Junko went to leave. Okay, got it. So Ryoko's just heading after her, but she says that the heading after her is the beginning of her despair. Her frantically working towards a goal. So this is her new hope, is to save Yasuke, and that's the beginning of her despair? Is that what it's trying to say? Oh, interesting. So we're learning about Yasuke's backstory here, and the stuff at the sandcastle, but apparently Yasuke's mom had an issue that's very similar to Ryoko's condition right now, where she didn't even know that Yasuke was her child, and eventually she just ended up passing away and dying. And Yasuke's obviously not in a good, feeling good about all of that. Not feeling good about how he couldn't even call his mom because she didn't even know who he was, and how she's actually dead now. So it seems like whatever happened to Ryoko was probably intentionally done to make Yasuke despair, or to irritate Yasuke. Wow, and she even says here that even if she forgets everything else, she'll always remember Yasuke, and she was right. She still remembers Yasuke, even in her current condition. In that flashback, Ryoko did say something that was a bit weird. She said that she might like Yasuke if she saw him crying a bit more. Which, I mean, I guess you can understand that maybe she would like to see him show some emotion and something like that. But another way that you could take it is that maybe Ryoko herself is also part of the ultimate despair, and she is the one who was behind the tragedy that happened. And Yasuke is trying to protect her because, they're in love or whatever, but he knows that Ryoko was the one that killed a bunch of people or something like that. And I don't know, that's possible because he just said something right here. Yasuke did. So I can protect her. I need to keep going on. There might be some grammatical errors there. No, instead I need to keep falling down. So to protect her, he needs to keep falling down. He needs to keep failing at his duty. In other words, failing as the ultimate neurologist to get information out of somebody. That would seem to imply that he's also trying to hide the truth of that incident. He's trying to protect Ryoko in that way. So that would seem to imply that she might be behind it. I don't know. Okay, so Yasuke is talking to this guy, Soshin Murasame, who was the Ultimate Student Council president, whatever, which sounds a lot like Taka, but whatever. But he's probably not. But he survived the events, and he apparently was faking being in a coma, which I kind of figured when they said when they were talking about how he should have been able to recover after several days, but he didn't. And that's because he's been faking it. He's been pretending to be asleep. he's also trying to hide the truth, or maybe he doesn't want to let the people of Hope Speak Academy at least know what happened. But then when Yasuke asks about Junko Enoshima, he's not unconscious anymore. He suddenly wakes up because he couldn't. I guess I don't know why, but apparently that was just triggered a strong reaction inside of him. But it makes sense, it's Junko Enoshima after all. But now he's just. What's weird is that Yasuke is discouraged because this person actually woke up when hearing Junko Enoshima's name. Why? Why is he suddenly discouraged? And it says it would be better if he were still unconscious. Is there something really bad about Junko Enoshima specifically being the one behind this? That like he can't do anything to her? Or what's this about? And even as he fell, Yasuke knew exactly what was happening. So Yasuke is knowing that he's falling now, or that he has no choice but to fall down from here. I don't know what it means by that yet, but apparently Yasuke knows that he's going down a dark path, or he's failing, or he's doomed to fail at something. But he has to continue anyways, and I don't know what that means. I don't know why it's so important that Junko was the one behind this. At least why it's so important to Yasuke that Junko is the one behind this. Still a lot of mysteries. And now that we're at chapter 18 here, I think the person who left a comment told me that I needed to at least read chapter 6 by at certain point or something like that. So I think I'm already way past where I needed to be reading. And we're at page 134 out of 290. That's basically halfway. I think I'm going to stop here for now, and we'll come back to this later. You guys can let me know in the comments. Well, I mean, actually, by the time you guys see this, I'm already going to be way past. I'll probably have already read the second half of this novel, and I might even be done with more. I'll be done with more of Danganronpa 2 by that time. I don't know if I'll be done with the whole thing. I can't say that because I don't know how long the game is. So I was gonna say in the comments you could let me know how important it is to read more of this and put more of this on YouTube. But by the time you see it, it's already gonna be on YouTube, or it's already gonna be uploading. So I guess it doesn't matter. So hopefully you guys enjoy me reacting to some of this, letting you guys know my thoughts. Probably some of you have never even read this yourselves, so maybe me giving you a very quick and brief summary of it is entertaining somehow. But yeah, hopefully this was a good watch. I don't even know if anyone cares about watching this video or not, but hopefully somebody watched it. Hopefully somebody liked it. So thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.